Yummy yum. Time for our series, The Dish Recipe, a spin-off of our James Beard Award-winning series, The Dish. This morning, our friends at the New York Times are cooking and sharing a recipe for this old-fashioned beef stew with minimal prep. It's perfect for a chilly but also lazy night.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Vaughn Vreeland. I am a supervising producer here at New York Times Cooking, and today I'm going to be making one of our most popular recipes of all time, old-fashioned beef stew. The ingredients you need to make the dish are all-purpose flour, beef stew meat, red wine vinegar, red wine, beef broth, bay leaves, onion, carrots, and potatoes. One of the first steps is to coat the beef stew meat in flour. Now, got some all-purpose flour here, and I'm going to add a few cracks of pepper. I'm going to just coat this beef in the flour. It will help a little bit develop a crust, but what it's really doing is helping thicken the stew later. So I'm gonna get this heated with about a tablespoon of oil. So what I'm looking for here is I don't wanna crowd the pot. Okay, so I'm starting to develop a little bit of a crust there. I'm gonna go ahead and start flipping. Started to develop a nice crust on that as well. I'm just gonna take these out. Okay. I'm going to add 1 cup of red wine and a little red wine vinegar, and I'm going to use a wooden spoon to scrape up those bits on the bottom, which is our flavor. Now I'm gonna add the beef back in, and 4 cups of beef broth, and 2 dried bay leaves. Bring it up to a boil, and then turn it down, simmer it for about an hour and a half. So while that's simmering away, I'm going to prep the vegetables. So now that my onions are chopped, I'm going to cut my carrots. I'll just cut them into rounds. Classic stew shape for a carrot. Last, I'm gonna cut up my potatoes. These are just 2 russet potatoes. You're basically just looking for all of them to be about the same size so they cook at about the same rate. So this has been simmering for about an hour and a half. Let's check, let's see. Oh yeah, it smells amazing. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna add the carrots and the onions, the potatoes. So as the potatoes cook in this liquid, they're gonna start to release some of their starch, and that's what's gonna really start to thicken the stew and create that very hallmark thick beef stew consistency. So I'm just gonna cover that, extra 30 minutes, should be good to go. I get a nice ladle full here. That beef is so tender. It is really flavorful. There's got a lot of nice acidity from the wine and the red wine vinegar, and a lot of complexity from the beef broth, and really nice, thick stew. It's like the ultimate comfort food for a lot of people. I know for me it is, and I love it.
Great recipe. 1 cup of wine it calls for. Make it 2. Then you have 1 for yourself.